All right, so today we've got to talk about Cenat. The last time we really broke down Kai's situation was a minute ago, back when he first stepped into this new chapter of his life. Because let's be clear, the confirmation that he and Gigi were officially done, that was already put out there. That happened toward the end of last year, when he was openly saying he wasn't chasing love anymore. He made it known he wanted to lock in on himself, on his mental health. He said he was stepping back from streaming and all the extra noise. He even launched a whole new YouTube channel centered around self-growth, reflection, and finding direction. On top of that, he started pushing this fashion lane with the Vite collection and popping up at Paris Fashion Week shows. All of that evolution, all that rebrand energy. Meanwhile, his ex, Gigi, was getting dragged online. She was catching harassment, death threats, and being called everything under the sun except the child of God. Folks were asking how she could mess up something with Kai, pointing fingers at her and even her mom, throwing cheating accusations left and right. Then you had some of Kai's own circle getting messy, clipping things, stirring narratives, almost fanning the flames against her. After that, misinformation started flying. DMs were being twisted and questions about whether certain messages with people tied to Kai were appropriate or not. And before you knew it, the whole thing spiraled completely out of control. But here's where I lean in and say, hold up. Today is February 13th, the literal day before Valentine's Day. There have been months where Kai could have stepped in and cleared the air. If you don't want to stream, cool. If you're on a break, that's fine too. But you're still online. You are still part of a generation that lives on the internet 24/7. So don't tell me you haven't seen the hate, the slick comments, the narratives being built about your ex. Don't tell me you've been in some offline bubble since last year. You can't sell me that story. Now, with all that said, Complex picked this up, and yes, we're going to get into it. The headline reads that Cenat breaks his silence after cheating allegations from ex Gigi. The report states that Kai responded to claims from his former girlfriend, Gigi Gabrielle, alleging that he cheated during their relationship. Gigi had been linked to the streamer until they officially split in December 2025. After rumors surfaced accusing her of being unfaithful, she went to her platform and said she was the one who ended things. She later dropped a full video telling her side and accusing Kai of cheating instead. Then on Friday, February 13th, Kai went to his Instagram story to address everything, about a month after her video went live. But here's the twist. I believe that post is gone now because I checked and couldn't find it. The statement, which looked like a post and delete, said something along the lines of him speaking from the heart and acknowledging that it can be confusing to see untrue narratives about him and people around him. He mentioned that he shared his life online for years and understands that once you open that door, privacy gets complicated. He said there have been rumors and speculation about his past relationship and even about his friends. He apologized for not speaking sooner, explaining he needed time away from social media to process everything. He added that people react differently during emotional moments and that this situation should have been handled privately. He made it clear that if there's ever something important or real for him to address, it will come directly from him. He emphasized that fans will always hear it straight from him. He told people not to let the noise distract them from that principle. He said this mindset applies to everything in his life: relationships, businesses, streams, all of it. And he ended by wishing Gabrielle the best and asking people to respect both sides. So yeah, that was his response. But just like the article also points out, after the breakup, Kai shifted his energy toward his clothing brand Vite and even dropped a video titled "I Quit You Boys." Now listen to this. I cannot stress this enough. Kai, you should have said all of that the moment the breakup was confirmed. You could have told people from jump not to send hate, not to run with false narratives unless they came from you or Gabrielle directly. Instead, you choose the day before Valentine's Day to drop this? That timing is wild.
It's wild because you had every opportunity to shut it down early and control the narrative. You could have avoided entertaining any of this chaos in the first place. And I'm genuinely confused why we're circling back to address this right before Valentine's Day. This could have been handled back in December. You could have dropped a statement at the top of the year. Because here's what bothers me about this whole new streamer universe we're living in. When you're online 24/7 and you can say anything with zero accountability, you can contradict yourself. You can be hypocritical, you can straight up lie, and people will clip it, remix it, and attach it to whatever storyline fits their agenda. Some streamers are responsible and clarify what they mean, but when there's beef, jealousy, tension, or especially shade toward an ex, suddenly nobody wants to clear anything up. And that's exactly what happened to Gigi. There was never a clear shutdown from Kai's side. He never publicly stepped in to stop the hate, the threats, the constant disrespect. And let's be real, the things people were calling her were vile. They labeled her all kinds of reckless names. They pushed narratives that she was involved with Kai's own friends. They even tried to spin a rumor that she and Duke Dennis had something going on. It spiraled out of control. It went completely left. And it was disgusting watching Gigi get dragged like that. Nobody talked about her this way when she was publicly with Kai. The only ones fueling anything back then were the folks obsessed with those NBA YoungBoy rumors. And let me ask you this, if that rumor had so much truth to it, why isn't she with YoungBoy right now? It was giving a projection, and this happens all the time. Sometimes people get jealous of a relationship. Some people think they've got a shot, they think they've got an opening, and they'll twist innocent interactions into something messy. But in the streamer world, it snowballs fast. Still, nothing ever proved that Gigi cheated on Kai. She clearly said the issue was an emotional disconnect. She said they couldn't connect on a deeper level and she had to choose herself. She felt the relationship no longer aligned with where she was growing. So if she's trying to communicate and evolve the relationship and she feels like she can't fully open up to Kai, of course that becomes draining. It becomes exhausting. But instead of focusing on that reality, y'all turned it into a cheating scandal. Y'all painted Gigi as the villain who fumbled the bag. How could you leave Kai Cenat was the energy. As if money, fame, and celebrity attention automatically makes someone the prize. That was the dominant narrative. On top of the hate, on top of cheating accusations, on top of death threats, and nobody stepped in to shut it down. Kai was with Gigi for years, and waiting until the day before Valentine's Day to address this? That's wild. That's actually insane. Are you telling us you haven't been online while consistently uploading to YouTube? What? Make that make sense. Listen, if you went completely ghost from the internet, that's one thing. If you were off Twitch, off X, off TikTok, off Instagram, off YouTube, completely silent, then I'd understand. But you're actively posting on your new channel, so you can't tell me the algorithm didn't see other streamers attacking Gigi. You can't tell me you didn't see male creators dragging your ex while you stayed quiet, and now suddenly, the day before Valentine's Day, you want to speak? We also need a real conversation about how streamers treat their girlfriends, because some of this behavior is flat out disgusting, and nobody ever pauses to look at things from the woman's perspective. Y'all assume that because you like the male streamer, he must be innocent. You assume he can't lie. You assume he can't hurt anyone. No. Anyway, that's the breakdown. That's where we're at. As final, as finito, that wraps this one up. Drop your thoughts below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're tapped in the second I upload. And with that said,